14:58, Twin Lakes Rescue and Randolph Fire Department first responders were dispatched to a residence for a 63-year-old male that was unconscious but breathing at the time. Family was having difficulty awakening the patient. Randolph first responders initially reported that the patient was responsive to his name, had a weak carotid pulse, but was breathing agonally. First responders witnessed a cardiac arrest and initiated manual CPR just prior to our squad's arrival. Upon our arrival, we were met by a Randall member who stated they had initiated CPR. We immediately called dispatch for a Salem paramedic intercept and entered the home with the Lucas tool. Patient appeared to be very cyanotic. Twin Lakes EMT confirmed that no pulse was present, so the Lucas device and defibrillator pads were applied to the patient. Initial cardiac rhythm analyzed the monitor with no shock advised. CPR via Lucas device continued. Airway was placed. Patient was moved to a longboard and secured to the cot and secured in the ambulance. En route ventilation via bag valve mask continued. An IO was established and a King airway was attempted but unable to place. Salem paramedic Jim LaCar was picked up and on board at 15:23 and assumed patient care. Paramedic LaCar administered various medications along with nasally intubating the patient. At approximately 15:35, there was a notice that the patient began grimacing and attempted to sit up. At this point, the Lucas compression device was paused to assess patient for a pulse without assistance of any compressions. A carotid and femoral pulse was palpable. All compressions were discontinued at this point. Patient continued to grimace and began breathing agonally on his own. Supplementary ventilations continued. Upon arrival at the hospital, the patient was breathing with supplemental ventilations by the bag valve mask. Had his own pulse with a BP of 155/129. All pulses documented in the vital section were imported from the cardiac monitor. This call, as the other presented this evening, ended with a wonderful outcome that it did because every member of the team worked in concert with each other. Unfortunately, due to extenuating circumstances, the patient and his family were not able to be with us this evening. The patient was admitted to the Aurora Burlington Emergency Department where he was stabilized prior to admission to the ICU at birth. The patient spent 3 days in the ICU and on the med floor before being released. So again, can't say enough about the Lucas tool and the fact that the whole team worked together. First responders, the paramedic intercept, the crew, and on to the hospital, ED and ICU. So it's a testament to team approach and working together. So I'd like to thank each and every one of them, and I do have some certificates and save pins for that crew also. First of all, for Matthew Gronke, Fire Chief, First Responder. Mike Cuppings, First Responder, RN. Matthew Gall, Randall First Responder. Paramedic James LaCar. Yeah. Got your name wrong on that. That's fine. No J.
No J.
Tom Colby.
Kind of spelling.
Assistant Chief Alan Scope, again. I'll get you. IV Technician Samantha Roth. Hold that. Take my hand. Give that down. And Ken Johnson, EMT IV Technician. Any of the crew members of either of the calls have anything they'd like to say this evening? That said, this concludes the SAVE presentations for this evening. I would like to thank everyone again for being here with us, and I'd really like to wish Mr. Sheedy the best of luck and best of health in the future. So thank you so much.